Viltrox never ceases to amaze me. I have so many of their lenses that I've purchased and that have been given to me to review. And this one is given to me to review. It's 35mm 1.8, the EVO lineup, which is kind of in between the Air, the Pro, and the Lab. It's just tossed in there between all of them. It's not as high quality as the Pro and the Lab, and it's a lot better than the Air because of a few reasons. And we're gonna hop right into that. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, let's go. I think one of the biggest things about this lens that a lot of people are gonna like is just the size of it. As you can see, it's on the Z6 III and it looks really, really good on here. In my opinion, if I had a ZF, this would be a 100% purchase for me because the size is so small and it does have the aperture ring, which I feel like every lens that's put on a ZF should have an aperture ring due to its design language. So that's something to think about if you do have a Nikon ZF. The EVO is not a bad lens at all. The image quality is really good, especially for the price. The hit rate has been about 95%. I did miss a few pictures here and there, but that's not that big of a deal to me. It does have a nice lens hood like all the other Viltrox lenses. It is hard plastic. They did have a few that were metal in the past. I think the 13mm 1.4 for the APS-C sensors was solid metal, but I have liked the plastic ones because it keeps a little bit lighter. It does have a few downfalls. Whenever your subject is backlit and you have a lot of sun coming into it, it doesn't give you good flares like a lot of my favorite Viltrox lenses do. I love a good circle flare. It's fantastic. But this one actually bleeds in and this gives you this really weird ghosting looking image, and it's just really strange whenever you're pointed straight at the sun. So I'm not a huge fan of these lens flares, and I don't say that a lot because lens flares are welcome to me, especially on this channel. I love lens flares. This did not give me great lens flares, unfortunately. I was really hoping it was because usually the less expensive lenses have some crazy lens flares, but this one just has some really weird artifacts. And I'm gonna practice some more to see if I can catch some, but I haven't had a lot of luck over the past few shoots that I've done with this one. This has a 58mm filter thread, and that's one of the caveats for me, is because I don't have anything that's 58, and that's such a random number. I have 62, 67, 77, 82. Those are pretty standard things. Even a lot of their lenses have 77. But unfortunately this is 58, so more than likely you would have to pick up a filter that actually fits for you for this one. A lot of people I don't think have 58mm filter threads laying around. That's just my opinion, and that's what I've noticed in my photography anyway, or video. When I was shooting with this, I was actually surprised with the autofocus, and the hit rate was about 90 to 95%. I didn't miss a lot, but I'm also not shooting super fast moving subjects. I will show you a video really quickly of what this looks like whenever you are using video. All right, so this is a video that is from the 35mm 1.8 EVO, and I'm gonna show you some autofocus testing with it to show you what it actually looks like. We are shooting at 1.8 right now, and one of the hardest things for any lens to do is to get something that's actually coming towards the lens itself. So I just wanted to show you kind of what that would look like.
I can see you there.
Okay, great. So, okay, that's good. So we're in focus now. I can't really tell, not scientific, but as I back up, you can tell it tracks pretty well. I'm just gonna go left to right. And yeah, I think it does really good overall. It's an STM motor, so it is very silent, especially when you're shooting video. That comes into play a lot. So this is just a test, and yeah, let's hop right back in so I can show you some more about this lens. The aperture ring is a dedicated aperture ring, and it sounds phenomenal. Compared to the 35mm 1.2 Lab edition, which I'm filming on, it does not sound good, and it's also used as a control ring, so it's not dedicated for aperture. So actually, I think you are getting one thing that is way better from this lens than the most expensive 35mm that they have. And I think that in itself is just so nice because the aperture ring works really strange on the 35mm 1.2, and having something like this as a dedicated aperture ring just makes me feel right at home, and I don't have to deal with any weird electronics or anything like that, because that one does work a little bit stranger. Here's a clip of what they sound like beside each other. And of course, just like always, it has a manual focus and autofocus switch with a button for function. Of course, you also have the on-off click, so you can go from clicked to declicked for video, and that's really nice. Or if you're shooting a wedding ceremony, it's really nice just to have that. It works really, really great. The focusing ring on it is very, very, very smooth, and it's focused by wire, of course, and you can spin it until you get tired of spinning it, but it is very, very, very smooth. This lens is coming in at $395 USD. I'll put everybody else's currency on this side so you can see how much that is. And it's understandable. It's about half the price of the 35mm by Nikon, although you do get weather sealing with that lens, and that's the biggest drawback between the two of these, in my opinion. If you're looking for a budget-friendly lens that gives you semi-pro results, I mean, you could definitely do professional shoots with this. I did, and nobody is ever gonna know any different, but it's not gonna be as good as their lab or pro lenses. Of course, they wouldn't make a lens that's better than those and costs a fraction of the price. So it's a really good landing spot for somebody that wants to get into the 35mm but doesn't want to spend an ass ton of money on a 35mm 1.2 by anybody. So I think this is just a really good sweet spot for somebody trying to save some money, getting into the 35 for a full frame, which is insane that it does only cost this much. So they did a really good job with this. I'm always proud of Viltrox and the strides that they take to make their customers happy, and that they broke into the Z-mount system, because that is what I'm engulfed in now, and I have several lenses by Viltrox and other brands that I just really like to have instead of Nikon lenses personally. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and these images told a story enough for you to decide if this is a good lens for you, if it's just another lens, or if it's just a lens that you don't really care about but wanted to see some cool images. And then what they also have come out with is this nice little vintage Z2 flash, and I think this is going to really turn a lot of people towards grabbing this because it is inexpensive and it's just a really, really easy flash to use. And if you like that editorial, like point and shoot type vibe, this is going to be very easy for you. I like the little green light on the side. You just hold it down and the thing comes on, and it's just really, really nifty. And it comes with this little diffuser that you can pop on and take off if you want to, but this will be great for wedding receptions or any type of documentation or anything that you would do. So it's yeah, it's been a great little flash. It's so cute. It really is. It's simple to use, and it works. This one's for the Z mount, so it works with TTL, which is great, and you can also set it up for manual use as well, and it goes to 1.1 power all the way down to 1/16. So this is great. USB-C powered, and yeah, very easy to use. It's one of those things where you don't have to think a lot, and I like that about stuff like this, because I hate having to deal with all of the remote stuff or like the digital screens. There's just a lot going on, but something like this, you can just throw it on any camera, and yeah, makes your life a lot easier. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. Thank you for subscribing, and until next time, peace.